You know, inside your body, there's this silent hero working around the clock 24/7. And no, it's not your heart or your brain, but trust me, it's every bit as vital. It's your liver, the absolute master chemist of your internal world. So today we are putting this unsung hero right in the spotlight where it belongs.
Right, so most of us think of the liver as just a filter, right? But that's barely scratching the surface. It is so much more. It's really this multi-talented powerhouse that's juggling hundreds of critical jobs all at the same time.
I mean, just look at this list. It's making the juices you need for digestion. It's processing every single thing you eat, proteins, carbs, fats. It stores energy and vitamins for later. It even makes its own blood thinners. Oh, and it's also your personal detox center and a home base for some really specialized immune cells. The takeaway here? We simply couldn't survive without it.
So how in the world is this one organ built to handle all of these different jobs? Well, let's find out. We're going to take a quick tour of its structure, starting with the big picture and then zooming all the way in. So here it is. This is the liver. It's actually the largest solid organ inside your body, weighing about 1.5 kilos, kind of like a small laptop. And it's tucked away safely up under your ribcage on your right-hand side. Its size alone kind of gives you a hint at just how important it is.
Now, if you look at it from the outside, you can see it's divided into 4 main parts, or lobes. You've got the big right and left lobes, and then these 2 smaller ones, the quadrate and caudate lobes. This basic division just helps organize all of its connections to your other organs and blood vessels.
Okay, but that's just the external packaging, right? The real magic, the chemical wizardry, that all happens at a much, much smaller scale. So what is actually going on inside this thing? Well, if we zoom way in, we can see where the real work gets done. The liver is actually made up of millions of these incredible little hexagonal structures called lobules. You should think of these as the individual factory floors of the liver. Each one is a perfectly organized microscopic processing unit. It's amazing.
Now, for any factory to work well, it needs a super efficient way to get raw materials in and send all the finished products out. And the liver circulatory system, its plumbing basically, is truly one of a kind.
Get this. Unlike pretty much any other organ in your body, the liver has 2 blood supplies coming in. About 20% comes from an artery, which is normal, but a whopping 80% comes from a special vein. So why? Why the weird setup?
Okay, so that 20% from the hepatic artery, that's the standard oxygen line. It's just there to keep the liver's own cells alive and kicking. But that huge 80% from the portal vein, that's the customs agent. It brings all the nutrient-rich blood straight from your stomach and intestines, carrying every last bit of what you just digested. The liver gets first dibs. It gets to decide what to store, what to convert, and what needs to be detoxified before it goes anywhere else.
And what about the outbox? Well, for waste products and for the bile it creates, the liver uses a totally different exit, the biliary tree. It's basically this whole network of tiny ducts that collect bile and shuttle it over to the gallbladder and small intestine to help you digest your next meal. All right, so we've seen the factory and we've checked out its unique plumbing. Now let's watch the master chemist at work with 2 really great examples, what it does with the fat from a meal and how it detoxifies a common medication.
Okay, so let's say you eat a cheeseburger. The fats get absorbed and packaged into these little transport shuttles called chylomicrons. They drop off some fat to your muscles and fat cells, but the leftovers head straight for the liver. The liver then acts like a recycling plant. It takes these used shuttles, dismantles them, and cleverly repackages the parts into a brand new delivery truck called VLDL. Then it sends these new trucks back out into your bloodstream to deliver energy wherever it's needed. It's a logistical masterpiece happening all the time.
Now let's talk about something many of us do, maybe even every day. Take a pill. It doesn't matter if it's an aspirin for a headache or a prescription drug, it's the liver's job to process it. And it does this by acting as a highly sophisticated detox facility.
The fancy name for this process is biotransformation. You see, most drugs are fat-soluble. That's a problem, because it means your kidneys can't easily get rid of them. So, the liver's whole job here is to chemically change them, to make them water-soluble, so they can be safely flushed right out of your system.
And it does this in 2 main phases. So if we take aspirin as an example, in phase 1, enzymes basically perform a little chemistry to add a chemical handle to the drug molecule. Then in phase 2, another enzyme comes along and attaches a big water-friendly tag onto that handle. And just like that, the drug is now ready for easy disposal by your kidneys.
Now,
This whole process leads to a really critical concept in medicine. Because the liver processes these drugs as soon as they arrive from the digestive system, a big chunk of the dose you swallow actually gets wiped out before it ever reaches the rest of your body. It's called first-pass metabolism, and it's exactly why doctors have to so carefully calculate the dosages for any pills you take.
From managing your meals to processing your medications, your liver just does it all and it never complains. It is, without a doubt, one of the absolute hardest working organs in your body, which kind of leaves us with one final thought. Is your lifestyle helping it or hurting it?